cool. Okay, so I didn't check my tuning.
Maurice, are you able to post the link to your Facebook page? Because no one can seem to find the show.
It's gonna want to follow.
So it's on his Facebook page now.
Okay.
So now you can share it to yours.
Okay.
We're live. I'll adjust that when you guys start. Okay, so we're on my Facebook page, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we are, and I'll share that to the people that I share to. And who wants to start? Who's already tuned up and ready to roll?
I think these guys were gonna.
Did you tune up the D18 over here? Is that tuned up? No.
Oh, I didn't touch
No,
that.
I'll do that. Okay.
You want to start off with that one or Finnegan's Wake?
So yeah. So anyway, for how you guys all doing St. Paddys Day? We're half in the bag already.
Something like that.
Well, we like.
But we do want to say thank you, old biddies. Which camera are we looking at?
It doesn't. They both
Thank you
can
to
see
Old
you.
Biddies. Old Biddies sponsored Maurice's roundabout tonight. So thank you to Keith and Chris for making this happen.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Lunch,
Keith.
everybody.
Slancha!
Cheers, folks. It's the start of St. Paddy's Day weekend.
That's
week,
right.
A full week of celebrations.
Clink, clink, clinkety, clink.
Cheers
clink,
to all
clink.
biddies. Another fine brewery.
Right on Cobblequill.
Nova Scotia.
Right in Lower Sackville.
Yeah, God's country, they say. Slab town.
Did you guys want to start off with one?
We could?
Sure, that way I can
could.
sneak out of here for a minute, guys,
Oh,
while you
okay.
guys are playing. I'll be right back.
All right.
Grab my toque.
Well, there we go. Maybe I'll just move over
Why
then,
not?
since Maurice has opened it up here. All right, we're going live, are we?
We have been live.
Do we need to introduce ourselves? Do we have to mention that
I guess we could do that.
my partner in crime over here, Steve Flanagan, is going to play some mandolin for us. So I guess we'll start off with an Irish tune.
And you are Kelly Devoe.
I am Kelly Devoe
Of Jesus Murphy.
of Jesus Murphy. Tony Trimper, Calahan. Right?
We're all happy to be here.
All right. Well, we'll start her off with a song called Finnegan's Wake, which is, of course,
Turn your volume down on your phones, by the way, folks. You got a 40-second
my phone's off.
Off? Okay, cool.
All right. New strings. Let's hope they're still in tune here.
I'll just
All right.
do that. This one.
Tim Finnegan lived in Walkland Street, a gentle Irishman, mighty odd. He had a brogue both rich and sweet, and the rise to the world he carried a heart. Now Tim, in a sort of tippling way, with a love of the liquor he was born, and to help him on with his work each day, to drop with a crather every morn. Whack for the dollar and steer partner round the floor, young trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told ya? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. One morning Tim got rather full, his head felt heavy which made him shake. Fell from the ladder and he broke his skull. They carried him home, his corpse to wake. Rolled him out on a clean white sheet, laid him out upon the bed, with a bottle of whiskey at his feet, a barrel of porter at his head. Whack full of dollar and steer partner round the floor, young trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told ya? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Assembled at the wake, and Mrs. Finnegan called for a lunch. First they brought in tea and cake, pipe, tobacco, whiskey and punch. Well, Biddy O'Brien began to cry. Such a nice clean corpse did you ever see? Ah, Tim of Orn, why did you die? Shut your gob, says Paddy Mudgee. Back for the Nola, and steer your partner around the floor, young trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told ya? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Then Maggie O'Connor took up the job. Oh, Biddy says you're wrong, I'm sure. Betty then gave her a belt and a gob. She left her sprawling on the floor. Then the war did soon engage. So woman to woman and man to man. Shillelagh law was all the rage. A row and a ruction soon began. Nicky Maloney then ducked his head when a bottle of whiskey flew at him. Missed and falling on the bed, the liquor scattered over Tim. Well, Tim revives, see how he rises. Well, Timothy rising from the bed. saying, whirl your liquor around like blazes. Tell him, and who do you think I'm dead? Whack for the door, against your partner around the floor. Young trotter shake, wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Whack for the door, against your partner around the floor. Young trotter shake, wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake.
Alright. Nice.
Alrighty.
This is the crazy.
Thanks for being
See, what
patient,
it is like
everybody.
usually we're in a studio environment, and here we are in a shanty having a good old time and drinking. And alcohol kind of tends to take the edge off, but it also takes the precision off for me. So that's a pretty stupid, lame expression.
Well,
But that was a great song, by the way, man. So what's the history of that song?
That's our warm-up. Well, it's the story of Tim Finnegan, and of course, you know, the whiskey has a certain magic to it. And
Yes.
I like to tell the story of the word whiskey in Gaelic, which is I think it's called Ishkabaha or something like that. I forget how to pronounce it, but it means the water of life, which is ironic because Tim Finnegan basically fell off the ladder while he was drinking and killed himself. So at his wake, they accidentally spilt a little bit of whiskey on his corpse, which brought him back to life.
So it's kind of the Jameson story where he chased a barrel in the ocean and he came back to his own funeral kind of story.
Yes, exactly.
You know what? That's the thing about Irish stories, right? They're so hard to believe.
Well, they're all made up, right? So you
What are they though? They had to be made up somehow. Were they made up in a bar room?
half of them are lies. Half of them can't be remembered.
We're good salesmen.
Yes, I did.
okay.
The other half you can't tell.
You can have your white pick back, 'cause I got my own white pick anyway.
All right.
Maurice, we're good salesmen. We can sell stuff.
So what are you gonna do one?
I'm certainly gonna do one. You must have played Fisherman's Blues.
He does.
Woo-hoo! I wish I was a fisherman, tumbling on the seas, far away from dry land and bitter memories will fast, casting out my sweet life with abandoned men and love. No ceiling bearing down on me, save the starry skies above with light in my hand, you in my arms. Woo-hoo! I wish I was a brakeman on a hurling fever train, crashing headlong into the heartland like a cannon in the rain, with the beating of the sweepers and the burning of the coals, watching all the towns pass by me in a night that's full of soul, with light in my hands, you in my arms. Woo-hoo-hoo! All right, see? I know I will be loosened from the bonds that hold me fast. Chains all hung around me, well, fall away at last. Later on that fine, fateful day, I will take thee in my hand. I will drive on that train. I will be the fisherman with light in my hand, you in my arms. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, with light A little faster. St. Patrick's Week. Yes.
Well, I tell you, I spent 5 years in Newfoundland, and if you've never been there, you gotta go. You gotta
Just
go.
a bit.
You gotta go.
Man, this is great, and we'd like to thank Alex for coming in tonight and running the show up there. Wayne, thanks for our representative of CIOE, who he knows what's going on. And these wonderful
And thank
musicians.
you, Old Biddy.
He is
And
the
Old
voice
Bear.
of East Coast
Old
music.
Biddy.
Old Biddy's sitting at the brewery right now listening to you guys.
Ah,
in the
perfect.
brewery,
Getting
so-
drunk.
Hey, Keith.
Are you calling Keith the Old Biddy himself?
Well, he's the representative.
Oh,
of the
there
Old
we
Biddy.
go.
The Old Biddy's actually at her house.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Keith, and thank you, Chris.
Okay, far out. That's pretty cool.
All right.
So that was my first attempt at something that sounds semi-Irish.
Not a bad one. Not a bad one. We still play that song. Right?
That's good. Probably better. How about you, Tone?
So yeah, I mean, this is when we were playing around beforehand, and leave it to the Irish to take a tragedy song and make it their anthem. But when Ireland plays united in sports, the crowd is always singing Fields of Athen Rye. You know, so I mean, the story tells itself. But sing along at home if you know the words. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl call me. Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevor's corn, that the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lie waiting in the bay. Oh, lie the fields of Athen Rye, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's lonely round the fields of Athen Rye. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crowd, I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Oh, lie the fields of Athen Rye, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's lonely round the fields of Athen Rye. All right, Steve. By a lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling, as that prison ship sailed out against the sky. Sure, she'll hope and dream and pray of her love at Mahoney Bay, but it's a lonely round the fields of Athen Rye. Oh, lie the fields of Athen Rye, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's a lonely round the fields of Athen Rye. Oh, lie the fields of Athen Rye, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Allenrye.
Raise your point to that one.
All right. May your home never be large enough to hold all of your friends. Slancha.
Slancha! Yeah!
Cheers, folks.
This is great. This is great.
All right. Little Steve
Thank
Earle.
you,
And
those guys.
this is signed by Steve Earle. You were telling me earlier. So
Signed,
it's
signed twice by Steve Earle.
Signed
appropriate to do a
twice.
Steve Earle
twice
song
By
on.
Steve Earle.
Wow.
2013, you signed it in the high traffic area and kind of started rubbing off. So
Yeah. So we told Steve, you better get it signed again.
You better
boy.
get it
Then the
signed
sign
again.
on the bottom.
So 2 different shows.
yeah, 2 different shows.
Where were the shows at?
Casino in Nova Scotia.
Both shows? Both shows were there?
Yeah.
I noticed he signed right across your hole there too, buddy.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little personal.
Kind of itchy at first.
That's a
across
real
the F-hole.
personal autograph right there.
Right across the F-hole.
Kind of itchy at first, but I got used to it.
He signed my F-hole.
He signed my F-hole. It's not exactly the same as putting it in the 5-hole, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
That's Sharpie, right?
Let's do
Hey,
it.
listen, it's Irish.
This is called Galway Girl.
Oh, yeah, go.
Come on. There we go.
I took a stroll on an old long walk of the day. I met a little girl and she stopped to talk of a fine soft day. And I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? Well, if her hair was black and her eyes were blue, well, I knew right then I'd be taking a whirl around a Salt Hill prom with a Galway girl. We were halfway there when the rain came down. Hey, asked me up to her flat downtown of a fine soft day. And I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? Well, if her hair was black and her eyes were blue, well, I knew took her hand and I gave her a twirl, and I lost my heart to a Galway girl. When I woke up, I was all alone of the day. With a broken heart and a ticket home of a fine soft day. And I ask you now, what's a fella to do? Well, if her hair was black and her eyes were blue, well, I traveled around. I've been all over this world. Boys, you ain't never seen nothing like a Galway girl.
Yes.
Right
The
on.
boys and Jesus Murphy.
Way to go, Steve!
Hey!
Good job, buddy. Now be drinking.
Nice stuff. Nice stuff.
So I'll say across the pond, this song I wrote, might as well do an original Calahan song. It's on, you can
Right on.
check it out online. Yay. But it's when I went to Ireland
on
for
that
the
song,
first time, and it's called To Galway. So it makes sense to follow up with you guys, Galway Girl. Everyone writes a song about Galway. But me and Noel, the Canadian buddy, we were in Ireland and had no agenda, no plans, just fun. And we went to a bar in Limerick and asked the bartender, what's there to do in Limerick? He said, lads, this place is a shithole. Go to Galway. And it had a wicked time, wrote a song about it, which is probably about 90% true.
One of the verses should have been Limerick.
Was a cheap fast flight to Cork with Ryanair, but the girls in that city, my mother's name Devoe. So kissing the blarney closest thing to romance. A narrow trail north, we hit it by chance. Wrong side of the road, my knuckles were white. John there beside me said, stop for the night. An afternoon in Limerick to a pub then did go. But the barkeep said, lads, this place is a shithole. Go to Galway was wisdom forgiven. I wish I could thank him on this side of heaven. My heart and more in that town did I share. All calls to Galway, raise a pint, meet me there. The land of foreigners and cultural tapestry. Spanish, French was a German for me. My hand on her back, her waist oh so much. She said, Dick, you like that? Wait till it's on my front. That's what she said. Go to Galway was wisdom forgiven. I wish I could thank him on this side of heaven. My heart and more in that town did I share. All calls to Galway, raise a plate, meet me there. Steve would be the best guy at every party.
He's the best guy at this party. Here's the Steve.
My music, praise pipes, folk sharing the crack. Return me to Galway, must find my way back. Old friends there be gone, but new friends start the same. A dark hair by a long walk will be my new flame. Yes, I did steal that from Steve Rowe. Go to Galway was wisdom forgiven. I wish I could thank him on this side of heaven. My heart loved that place like no other I found. Oh, city, for you turn this clod and ring round. Go to Galway was wisdom forgiven. I wish I could thank him on this side of heaven. My heart and more in that town did I share. All goes to Galway, raise a pint, meet me there.
It's amazing that these little snapshots in life can spur into a song like that. You know.
Do you want to hear? I'm gonna do.
Do you want to do the bluefin?
Sure.
Oh
Yes, number one, folks. The number
We're
one
coming
hit.
off. I have to say, we were really pleased with what happened with the bluefin because it entered the chart at number 13, which we were just blown away. And it consistently went up. It may have stayed, but it never went down until it reached number 1. And really cool. And then it went down to number 2 because Alan Doyle was number 1. So we thought, well, that's pretty good. It didn't drop too far, right? And then the next week it was back at number 1 again. And Alan Doyle was in number 2, I think.
Yeah,
right? Cool. And then it finally went down.
No, that's great though. That's great.
Yeah.
I never had a number 1 before. No, that's pretty cool.
Record that was never broken.
Yeah.
What's that?
It was the fish was a record that's never.
I know. I read the story a long time ago.
Well, the story behind it. See, I wanted to write a song that was something cool about Nova Scotia, and I figured Atlantic bluefin tuna fishing. I started watching these videos of these guys fishing for these fish, right? And it was just amazing. They were coming from all over the place to Yarmouth and Wedgeport to fish for these Atlantic bluefin tuna. These monsters coming out of the sea. They're not even that big anymore. Right, which is why I think that record will never be broken. But anyway, so I wrote a song about this Atlantic bluefin tuna. I had no idea there was even a record set here in Nova Scotia until I played the song for Dwight Parker, who's with the Pirates of Halifax, and Dwight says, "Well, I know the guy who has the record." "What record?" He said, "I know the guy who's got the record for the biggest bluefin tuna ever caught in the world, right? He said, I can introduce you to him if you want. He said, you can play your song for him, right? Maybe he'll like it or something, right? I thought, sure, okay, I'd like to meet this guy, right? I go over, he's 84 years old. I play the song for him, and he goes, that is great. That's an awesome tune. And I said, Ken, I said, this is a song about Atlantic bluefin tuna fishing, but it's not necessarily about you or the wreckers. And in the end, it's a classic fish story where the fish gets away. And his face just dropped. He goes, what? No. That can't happen, right? And I said, I saw the look of disappointment in his face. I said, I think I gotta rewrite the last verse. So the song became about Ken and the record that was set.
Before you recorded it?
So it wasn't written
Before we recorded it, yep.
Wow, you had to change
I had
that.
written it a year before.
Okay.
Right, and then after I met Ken, then it wasn't long after that the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And because I met him in December, and I think,
Wow.
not long after that.
What a great story.
And so then after everything got shut down, we figured, well, we better do something else because we're not playing gigs, so we'll record this song. Yeah. And I rewrote the last verse.
Good call.
And the rest is
number
history.
one.
So 1,496 pounds. 42 years later.
Port Hastings, Nova Scotia.
It rated in. They weighed the fish in Olds Cove.
Yeah.
He caught it at the Canso Causeway in Georges Bay. He got a call from a friend of his who said, Ken, I'm in trouble. He said, you got to come up here. He said, I got a license to catch tuna, and I got a boat, but I got no equipment, I got no gear, I got no experience catching these fish, and the bay out there is just polluted with them. They're full. He says, you got to get up here, right? So anyway, when they went out, it was like a fishing derby. There was like hundreds of boats out there pulling these tuna fish in. Lo and behold, Ken hooked the big one. Right?
Wow, that's fabulous.
Anyway, this is the song. It's called The Bluefin 1496. And Ken actually suggested it was called The Bluefin. And Ken said, you should put 1496 in the title. He said, because to sports fishermen, that's like saying to hockey people 99, and they know what it is.
They know
right?
the number. They know the number. Yeah.
They know that number. So
Fantastic.
So
Well,
this
here's to a number one hit, man. I can't wait.
thank you very much, and thank you everybody, all the listeners from CIOE
Right here
and
on
the
Moe's
support we
Roundabout.
receive.
Thanks, guys, for doing this for us tonight. This is going to be
Alrighty.
great. Thank you.
I'm famous for dropping my picks, man.
Mine won't fill back up again.
Alrighty. You didn't meet a leprechaun. Alrighty. You all set there, Steve?
Yep.
All right. I think you're. Sorry. Let's start again. You're on the wrong capo.
I am on the wrong.
Yeah, either that or I am.
I was on
That'll make a big difference.
There you go. Oh, that's it. Yep.
We set out on the sea before us, so dark and gray, for miles around. As the bluefin fed, they were just offshore. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. We got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. The rod was bent on the starboard side. The reel it spun as the line unwound. So hang on, boys, we're going for a ride. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Well, we got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Well, we're going hard and we're going strong, and the boat she shook with a rattling sound. We're going like the devil as we're pulled along. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Well, we got her on the hook. She's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Well, it's a fight to the finish on the Silver Sea, where the battle was won and the king was crowned. He caught the biggest tuna fish you've ever seen. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Well, we got her on the hook. She's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. We got her on the hook. She's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, that's when the line went down. It was 1,496 pounds.
Yeah.
And the reason why... Thank you.
There you go.
I want to explain something too, because the reason why I put we got her on the hook, it's 1,000 pounds, because that's a big fish. And that's how
Yes,
big
yeah.
that's how big Ken thought it was. He
Yeah.
said, "Ooh, we got a big one on here." He said, "This is probably 1,000 pounds, right?"
That's great you didn't actually say the weight.
But it I couldn't get 1,496
No,
in a
that's beautiful.
course.
That's the thing. We talk about this on all my shows when we're talking about songwriting. There's a je ne sais quoi when you write a song. It could be
Yeah.
a line. It could be something you say. It could be something you don't say.
Yeah,
When
that's
you
right.
don't actually say, with 1496, like say, the fishermen know what that means.
Yeah.
But you, when he was on the line, I was just picturing in my head, oh my God, it's 1,000-pound fish. We got 1,000. He didn't know it's 1,400
No,
pounds yet.
and in the
it's a-
end,
it's on the
it's
table.
1496.
It's a brilliant piece of songwriting, my friend.
Thank you.
stuff.
Thank you
Great
very
stuff.
much.
It
I
is.
appreciate
Really
that. It
is.
means a lot coming
It's a
from you,
brilliant,
Maurice.
brilliant piece of
I really
songwriting.
appreciate that.
All right, so where are we
Who's
at?
up next?
Yeah. So I'll take it back to traditional, but I mean with Calahan, we often like to do traditional songs with an edge. So this is
I like that.
This is one we only usually pull out around St. Patrick's Day. Maybe we'll pull it out more often, but little Molly Malone, if you want to.
My capo's in my coat pocket.
I'm not going to play on this one.
In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. She wheeled her barrow down streets broad and narrow, prime cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, prime cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, sure it was no wonder, the same as her mother and father before. They wheeled their barrow down streets broad and narrow, fried cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, fried cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Gotta do a little switch up here. She died of the fever, sure no one could save her. And that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrow down the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
Yeah!
Little Molly Malone.
Yeah!
So the Molly Malone statue that's in Dublin, supposedly the story is Molly Malone went around the city selling more than fish.
More than fish.
What do you mean then? She sold
2-for-1 deal.
We'll just leave that there.
2-for-1 deal, boy.
Yep, that's right. The oldest profession on the planet.
Yeah, but did she sell smelts?
spelled together.
But were they in the spring?
All right, Steve, let's do it. This is the start of the County Down. All right.
2, 3, 4.
Near a bridge down in the County Down, one morning the last July. Down a boring green came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her 2 bare feet to the sheen from her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf, I had to shake myself, sure to see if I was really there. From Bantry Bay up to Derry and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the fair Colleen that I met at the County Down. Well, as she on her bed, sure I shook my head and I looked with a feeling rare. And I says I to a passerby, who's a maid with the nut brown hair. He looked at me and he says he, that's the gem of Ireland's crown. Young Rosie McCann from the banks of the Bann, she's the star of the County Down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the fair Colleen that I met at the County Down. At the harvest fair she'll be surely there, and I'll dress in me Sunday clothes. And me shoes shine bright, and me hat cocked right, and a smile for the nut brown rose. No pipe I'll smoke, no horse I'll yoke, till me proud turns to rusty brown. Till the smiling bride at me own fireside, it's the star of the County Down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the fair Colleen that I met at the County Down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the fair Colleen that I met at the County Down.
Yes.
Yeah!
Jesus Murphy.
Thank you.
Now, your music, is it online? Like, where should people look at for your music?
That's a good question. Well, you can always.
That's a great question,
That's
actually,
a
Tony.
great question.
That's a
Now,
totally
who's got an answer?
That's a question I usually ask at my show.
I'm sorry. I'm stepping on your toes.
We do have a YouTube channel. I mean, and most of it is actually videos that we made as soon as the pandemic hit.
That's fine, man. It's
So,
content, yeah.
so we slapped together videos, didn't we? And all the recordings were done right off her cell phone. The guy sent me their recordings off the cell phone, and I mixed it in. I said, just film yourself playing the song and the recording, and I'll take snippets of the video, but I'm going to use all the audio. And I mixed it all together in GarageBand. We slapped together these videos. So there's about, I don't know, half a dozen of them there.
Nice.
Plus the Fiddler's Tune and the Bluefin, the 2 songs that we wrote.
Yeah, you
And,
see professional
and
videos.
we're also on Spotify. And who is this man
Wayne
here?
Share, folks.
You
There
know,
he is.
and he's
there
got
he
his
is.
green on for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Big S there for Saint.
Yeah.
This is Mo's show. Look, you're,
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here.
We're happy that you're
We're
here
happy
too.
that you're here. We wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Since I was just blowing smoke up Randy's ass because he's a great songwriter, by the way. I'm gonna play a song that we wrote together,
Do it.
and it's a drinking song. How's
So
it?
now,
It's
Randy,
a
like the lyrics to
coincidence.
the music,
Great
what did he
song.
write?
Okay, it's a drinking song. It's a drinking song.
Just a full collaboration.
There you go.
I'm gonna have a little bit of Old Biddy.
There you
Help
go.
yourself there.
There you go.
Sponsored by Old Biddies.
Get it into you, Wayne. The
Beer of the
Wolf
week
Man.
is the Patrick O'Neill's Irish Red.
I love it.
$5 off growlers. Every week they have a beer of the week.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna sing a song called "Freedom Is Gonna Be." Freedom's gonna be. See, better be careful. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight.
There you go.
And it's self-explanatory.
It's a great song.
But it is a drinking song.
Shake like a shot glass on a Saturday night. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight. I had a little taste just an hour ago. She's my best kept secret, my ace in the hole. With every empty bottle there is always a show. But freedom is the only lady I know. Shaped like a shot glass on a Saturday night. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight. Standing in the shadows, but she's never out of sight. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight. Sweating all night on a sticky dance floor. Pants are getting wet, feet are getting sore. Leave me begging and screaming for more. The freedom is what I completely adore. said she loves me, you know what needs to know that she'll do me like a sailor on the last night. Oh, oh. Always when I need her and not when I don't. She'll always say she loves me and knows that I won't. At the end of the day, she's all I want to see. Freedom is the only lady for me. Shaving like a shot glass on a Saturday night. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight. Standing in the shadows, but she's never out of sight. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight. Looking right at me and I'm feeling alright. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight. Down another shot and I'm out like a light. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight. Freedom's gonna be my lady tonight.
Yes. Maurice O'Flynn original. Maurice O'Flynn and Randy Turner.
Slasher!
Can I do a proper toast?
Proper toast. He's eating over them.
Let's
like
get
you.
these glasses up.
All right.
Here's to a long life and a merry one, to a quick death and an easy one, to a pretty girl and an honest one, and to a cold beer another one. On three, Slutcha. 1, 2, 3, Slutcha! So, old Biddy, brew maker, Keith just walked in.
Yeah, Keith. Yeah. Come on, get on camera. Here's the Keith.
And everyone who's watching, we are in my house, not the Gourley Shanty, because we could spread out a little better. We have less than 10 people here.
And it was just too cold.
It's
it was
way
like,
too cold.
It's 16
but
below.
Keith,
up there.
thank you so much to you and Chris for sponsoring us.
Cheers,
And,
Keith. Thank you very much. Good seeing you.
we've been
by the way.
plugging the
Yeah.
beer of the week.
Happy St. Patty's Week.
The Molly
Is that
Johnson.
the orange beer in
The
Boston?
Molly Johnson is
love that
limited
stuff.
edition,
You guys
and
did a good job on that one. Thank you.
it's not going to be here very long.
Yeah,
And if you're a Guinness or a Murphy drinker, you'll love this. It's not the same. It has a distinct flavor.
It stands on its own.
And
it does. Yes.
to me, it has a little more flavor. And Guinness is my favorite beer. Like that's the one I measure other beers by. But it has a little more flavor than a Guinness, you know. So and Keith is even different times pouring it without nitro has that same what's that rippling or effect, you know, where it really is a good stout. So go
Now,
down
for-
to Calahan
another
and
thing
check
too,
it out.
Never drank stout that I've liked in my life, and I'm sitting here drinking.
There you
it.
go.
Well, for a stout to have
There
that
you
much
go.
flavor, I mean, I was gonna. he just went off camera and he went off the chart.
You got a phone call.
Okay, but no, I will ask him. There he is. There. So speaking of stout, like it's such a flavorful stout. I mean, a stout is typically got about 4% alcohol
You're gonna have to
content.
stand up.
Is this
Yeah,
stout?
but
No,
it
they
was
got
the
him.
freaking
He said-
music.
So is this
I love
typically
the
is it a
freaking
4%
music.
alcohol stout? Or is it,
The music.
4.7%.
yeah, I mean, I knew you to pack that much flavor, and, you know, so you had to go up a little bit, right? But it's a very flavorful drink.
Yeah, it's nice and dry.
Yeah,
roasty
it's got a
chocolate.
great
Yeah,
taste.
and Guinness is always my drink on
It's
St.
the one-
Patty's
yeah, it's
Day.
the one to gauge
it's,
it.
it's
This is a
usually
great
a
one.
beer that I have.
So instead
And Murphy's
of
is good too.
more
But this is
talk,
great. This is great
I'll
beer.
share. I'll do
No,
the.
I'm on to
Gourley
the other one now, the
Shanty
red
next
now.
round.
Yeah, sure.
I'll do that next round. I'll just go right to it. This is
that?
Flog and Molly song.
Flog and Molly too. Here we go.
Calahan has recorded this one, and it's on Spotify too. The one cover we had to pay for. Not public domain. Whistles the wind, blowing my way, taking me back here to stay. Can winners be losers? Running on the same track. You're welcome to drum if you like. Some said for glory, others they crash. And it breaks my heart to see you this way. The beauty in life, where to go? And
lovely life with you in this song. There's an ocean between where I am and where I want to be. But you prayers of doubt, doubt not for me. And it breaks my heart to see you this way. The beauty in life, where's it gone? And somebody told you were doing okay. Somehow I guess they were wrong. Yes, it breaks my heart to see you this way. The beauty in life, where's it gone? And somebody told you were doing okay. Somehow I guess they were wrong. Whistles the wind. Whistles the wind. Whistles the wind. Whistles the wind. Zion, find your way out, but there's no knowing now. Every woman and child drags you down for the dive. It's not safe being free. Can't get back what you feel. So you'll always be in heaven
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm sorry for putting you on the spot.
That's all right.
Okay, well, before you put the boat around down, I always, no, but on a typical week, any of my given shows, I do a little, we talk a little shop. And this is the first time I've had the pleasure to have a Boat-Around player on the show. And with a name like Flanagan, I mean, obviously
He must be Irish.
You gotta be Irish.
He's probably more
So
closer to the correct border.
first of all, did they teach that in school, or is that something you just pick up as a natural talent? And did you learn from another player that kind of taught you the
I learned from a guy way back in 2000 at the conservatory at Long McQuaid.
yeah?
Used to be
And did you actually pay for lessons? Or
Yeah.
So if you were to give everyone the very fundamental thing of it, I notice your people don't see your right hand; they see your left hand beating on the drum.
The right
But
hand.
that does all the work, doesn't it?
It controls the pitch.
Yeah. So the bar, because I have a Boudreaux and I can't play it. I mean, it's a nice wall. It's
You
wall
can
art.
play it badly, maybe.
Badly, but it's wall art. But I noticed. So the bar on the back is what supports your hand for pushing on the shelf.
Changes the pitch. There.
That's nice to be. Yeah. That's really cool. I had to ask that because I don't know when I'll get a chance to ask a Boat-Around player about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of playing around with it.
It was designed by a guy that had an issue with his hands.
Yeah.
His left hand was mad with his right hand, so
And-
he used to beat his right hand up, but he didn't want anybody to see it.
That's what they call it these days.
So as far as the history of the instrument goes, is there anything that is it a peculiar story or anything like that, or is it?
It was the early Celt instrument.
Yeah,
From
it must be very ancient. It's very ancient.
It was a war drum, yeah, exactly. And
that?
they used the goat skin on it.
Yeah.
Traditionally, it would be goat skin.
Yeah.
I've seen people pour liquor into the or
Yeah,
water
that's not
into
really
it.
recommended because the alcohol shrinks it more.
Also,
But if you put water
That's
on
true.
Yeah.
it,
Or non-alcoholic beer might be fine.
that might be good too.
Yeah.
It's the only good use for it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's lovely. I had to ask that question.
Problem.
I always wanted to ask a Boat-Around player. And funny, this is the first time I've ever had the opportunity of sitting next to one. And
Yeah. No.
An evening of firsts for you.
Now is the D silent? Isn't it a boron?
It's a Boron, yeah. Spelled Bodhran.
Yeah, but the
So
D is
it's
silent.
pronounced
because of
Boron.
the H, it silences the
It's
D.
pronounced Boron because I used to work with a guy who came over here from Ireland.
Maybe
And
the
that's all
H
was in a band
cancels
called
out the
Jesus
D.
Murphy, right? And he said, "No, Steve, it's not called Jesus Murphy. It's Jesus Murphy."
Okay, there you
Jesus
go.
Murphy. Yeah,
See, part of my show is to educate.
yeah, that's
Okay, and this is my responsibility to my adoring fans every week.
now you
is
know.
that we must educate.
The rest of the
So now I got that off. I got that out of the way. Just another drink then. Here's to the silent D, the Boran. And Jesus Murphy.
You've been schooled.
Jesus.
Not
been
Jesus.
school.
Jesus.
I have a feeling we got some more. We got some more learning tonight. I bet you we got some more learning tonight.
It's Large Thunder, Jesus.
This is the safest way to celebrate St. Patty's Day in my lifetime. Right there you go, folks. It's a safe way to do it. And yeah, I'm glad you guys are here.
But it's a song done by Great Big Sea, which typifies, I think, the East Coast kitchen party. And it's called Going Up. And it might as well be about Prince Edward Island or Cape Breton or Newfoundland or New Brunswick or whatever.
Or
but
right
it's
here in the
same thing.
Gourley Shanty.
So it kind of it typifies a. So do you want us to do that one then?
I think that's called for.
It's a little more friendly, isn't it? So it's called Going Up. I just put new strings on today, but it feels like it's in tune.
If it feels like it,
Feels like it.
then it
Sounds
must
like
be.
it. All right, so this is called Going Up. All set?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Start again.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I think I'm playing this wrong.
G A minor, C and D. There you go. Yeah.
Well, come gather all around me. There is something you should know. There is no place quite like this place if we get it on the go. So pile your boots up in the corner, hang your jacket from the door. There's 30 people in the kitchen, but there's always room for more. Oh, 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 come on now, let's lock the world outside. Oh, 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 come on, well I tell you now, she's going up tonight. Well, they'll be smiling, they'll be dancing. You should see the way it feels. Come on, off we go now, heel and toe now, to the jigs and reels. Somebody brought a fiddle, someone else brought a guitar, and we got Bobby on the squeeze box. Grab a chair and mason jar. Oh, 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 come on now, let's lock the world outside. Oh, 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 come on, well I tell you now, she's going up tonight. Well, they'll be smiling, they'll be laughing, it's good enough for me. There'll be music all around you, is this the way you want to be? So pile your boots up in the corner, hang your jacket from the door. There's 30 people in the kitchen, and there's always room, yes, there's always room. Oh, 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 come on now, let's lock the world outside. Oh, 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 come on, well I tell you now, she's going up. Oh, 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 come on now, let's lock the world outside. Oh, 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 come on, well I tell you now, she's going up tonight. She's going up tonight. She's going up tonight.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah! Good choice, good choice.
Good guys.
That was a good one. That was good.
But then, my favorite version of this tune is by the Wolf Tones. I think it's my favorite version of it,
I'll have to
other
look
than
that
our
up.
version. All right,
And it's
all
called?
set there. It's called "Come Out, You Black and Tans." Black and Tans were the ex-English army that came into Ireland to try and get some order in there when there was a lot of unrest and whatnot. So,
They did such a good job.
and they were bastards.
They were
apparently,
brutal.
It's
They were-
taken them 250 years to do it.
The Irish didn't like these guys at all, right? But anyway, we like the song. So, all set there, buddy?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, you go first, then I go.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh,
I screwed it up right from the start.
There we go.
A minor, yeah.
I was born in the Dublin street where the royal drums do beat, and the bloody English feet, they walk all over us. And every single night when my father came home tight, he'd invite the neighbors outside with his chorus. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Calahan. Come let me hear you tell how you slammed the brave Parnell when you fought him well and truly persecuted. Where are the stares and jeers that you proudly let us hear when our heroes of 16 were executed? Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Calahan. Come tell us how you slew them all Arabs 2 by 2. Like Zulus they had spears and bows and arrows. How brave you faced each one with your 16-pounder gun, and you frightened all the natives to the marrow. Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Calahan. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Calahan. From the green and lovely lanes of Calahan. From the green and lovely lanes of Calahan. Jump right in, buddy.
Jump right in. And on that note, first of all, we got our friends at Old Biddy's here.
Biddy's.
They're keeping us
You gotta pour him a drink there, my sons.
So once again, Keith, thank you very much for supporting the cause.
Hey,
Thank you
Keith.
for the cause.
Old Biddy.
Oh, here's the Old Biddy.
Check out Old
Old
Biddy's
Biddy's our
beer.
sponsor.
And
now,
you've got to
there's
sail on.
So, I mean, I always knew I was going to play music. I didn't know if I'd ever make a living at it. My dad certainly wasn't that encouraging back then. But I did, and here we are. And here we are as songwriters and gentlemen. And I consider us all gentlemen. I mean, we've got more years behind us than we do in front of us. That makes you a gentleman, I think. And here we are with our instruments in hand. And I think that says
I
a
didn't have to
lot.
be on my best behavior.
I think that says a lot. I think that
being
says a
old
lot,
bastard.
though, right? And kicking off St. Patty's Day week. That's another toast right there. There you go. There you go. Sluncha! There you go.
That's right here.
Yes.
People are gonna be nodding off pretty soon. They guys are sitting there yakking and getting drunk on camera.
I'm pacing myself.
And I promise, folks, I'll be back sober as a judge next Monday night, and I'll have it all together.
Gonna take them all week. Sober up.
Good choice.
A little bit of Irish music for you. Irish, yeah. As you brush your shoes, stand before the mirror, and you comb your hair, you grab your coat and hat, and you walk the streets, just trying to remember, yeah, all those wild nights breeze through your mind, and everything looks so complete when you walk it out on the street, and the wind catches your feet, sends you flying, crying. Ooh, All the girls walk by, dressed up for each other. And the boys do the boogie woogie in the corner of the street. And the people passing by just stare with wide wonder. Yeah, outside the jukebox roars just like thunder. And everything looks so complete when you're walking out on the street. And the wind catches your feet and sends you flying, crying. Ooh-wee. The wild night is calling. Woo! Wild night is calling. Wild night is calling. Come on out and dance. Come on out and dance. Come on out and make romance. Come on out and dance. Come on out and dance and go and make romance. And everything looks so complete when you're walking out on the street. Oh, the wind catches your feet and sends you flying, crying. Ooh-wee. Wild night is calling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh-wee. Wild night is calling.
Yes.
Yes, boy.
Right on!
Good job, good job.
Right on.
That's awesome.
You know what? This is the
Great
first time
tune.
I've ever played it with a professional bull ram. Bull ram.
Professional.
Ballroom player. Oh, a professional ballroom player. He gets paid to do that.
Never ever did that before. So I
must get
so I
paid to
can
do
scratch that one off my list now, right? There you go. That's right on.
So, with Irish music, I feel like Irish music to punk music is almost like what blues is to rock and roll.
Very much.
And I mean, there's just that angst and that feeling.
It's
And I've-
scrappiness.
Yeah, and I've loved punk music. I also love outlaw country music. And with Calahan, we do a lot of yeah. But we say we're drinking music with our band Calahan. But
Is that just an excuse to drink?
well, hey,
Where'd you get the fun from?
He has a goal.
I've got
A
bunch
goal.
of these
There's goals. Everyone must have goals, right? That's right.
But I love Celtic punk music. And in a four-piece like band where it's cajon and harmonica and we're mostly acoustic instruments, we're not a punk band, but we're influenced by Celtic punk.
So you bring it to a grassroots level then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Dropkick Murphys has to be my favorite band. That's
Okay.
out there. Other than Jesus Murphy and maybe Calahan,
jeez.
I think. But no. So I was gonna do something different, but Little Rose
back there.
Tattoo.
Little rose tattoo. Oh yeah.
The picture tells a story. Life has many shades. Wake up every morning and before I start each day, I take a drag of last night's cigarette, smoldering in its tray. piracy. This one's for the man that raised me, taught me sacrifice and bravery. This one's for our favorite game, black and gold, we wave the flag. This one's for a family name, with pride I'll wear it to the grave. Some might be from showing up, others are from growing up. Sometimes I was so messed up and didn't have a clue. I ain't winning over and over, I'll wear it just for you. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. I got your name written here in a rose tattoo. This one means the most to me, stays here for eternity. Ship that always stays the course, anchor for my every choice. Rose that shines up from above, signed and sealed these words of love. Heart of one sung in a song, get played again, we sang along! You'll always be here with me, even if you're gone. Always have my love, our memory will live on. Some might be from showing up, others are from growing up. Sometimes I was so messed up and didn't have a clue. I ain't winning all and over, I'll wear it just for you. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Pride I'll wear it to the grave for you. In a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. They got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Signed and sealed in blood, I died for you. Now I need your help. One more time with that. In a minute. Little Dropkick Murphy. Yes, sir. And one thing I meant to mention before that song, I'll mention it now. Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day, we are playing later on at Freeman's in Sackville. Come on down. But that morning at 11 o'clock, just having an online 1 hour discussion about Celtic music, Celtic punk music, Irish culture with Mark Koch, who's Mark Koch, sorry, from Andre Petitpas and the Giants. He's the
Okay.
There you go.
Well, that's okay.
You gotta tell the story.
The Gourley Shanty is actually outside.
It's right there. It's right there, and that's where. And that is the
Well,
Gourley Shanty.
we don't know if that's.
Come on, Tony. That's the Gourley Shanty.
That is. I have a pub shit in the backyard called the Gourley Shanty, but in 1856.
That was where it was. It had to be there.
Anyway, in 1856, an Irish historian told me. He asked, well, we were talking where do you live, Windsor Junction. He said the most infamous incident in Irish history outside of Ireland happened in the Windsor Junction.
Okay.
And it was in 1856 when they were working
It is
on the
back
railroad.
there. Right here.
The-
And that's
the-
it. Yeah.
So it was Catholic and German, Catholic, Irish, and Germans that were working on the railroad as the laborers, but then there was the English Protestants as the foremen. So the Catholic Irish were celebrating Corpus Christi, the body of Christ,
Yeah.
and the English foreman made fun of them. And so,
Thank you.
so anyway, that night the Irish rioted at the main foreman's shanty. There were shanties all around here.
Yeah.
His last name was Gourley. They called it the Gourley Shanty Riot. Most roundabout.
Most rounded boot.
Let's see that.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
most roundable. Good
Good
one.
But anyway, so the Irish rioted. Halifax sent 100 militia out because a couple years before our
And that took about 3 days to get here back. You know?
100 militia out here to
That's like
break
the
up
black
the
and the
riot.
tan with
To
the
break
black
up
and
the
tan.
riot.
The black and tan.
And Joseph Howe was in charge of the railroad at the time before he was premier, but he was a staunch liberal, of course. And he said whether they be Catholic, Muslim, or Jew, they're all foolish. And Catholics that were in the legislature crossed the floor, became Tories, and overthrew the government.
Yeah.
And so it sent a ripple throughout the colonies.
Ha.
The Gourley Shanty Riot.
So that's how we got the name.
It's a
No,
real great story.
No one wrote a song about it. No one wrote a song about
But
it.
who would have ever known?
Until now.
Until you moved.
So it's under Calahan. Look it up on Spotify. I think the best version's on our live
Thank
album.
goodness you moved to Windsor Junction.
I think
for
our
a
best
live
version's on the live album that you
Like-
produced.
It's right here in the share. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wrong song.
I'm gonna help you.
Still the key of E.
A little piece of Irish history right here in Nova Scotia, ladies and gentlemen.
That fair spring day in 56, the faithful martyrs were born this Chris. We'll report words of hate from Anglo tongues that can relate. Calloused hands and hearts of love, for body and blood of Christ above. That Irish pride, it will survive. Green with travel, be still alive, yeah. Riot to the shanty, feeling lucky. Now are you courting? Cry no more and raise thy fist. Ride forevermore. Gaelic hearts did rage them on. Halifax sent 100 strong. Militiamen with only one function: squash that riot at Windsor Junction. Right here! Riot to the shanty, feeling lucky. Now are you courting? Try no more and raise thy fist. Ride forevermore. They're in chains, their charges read by Joseph Howe, the railroad head. Infamously, these words dispute. Catholics be foolish as Muslims. That's what he said. Riot to the shanty, feeling lucky. Now are you courting? Cry no more and raise thy fist. Ride forevermore. And we'll riot to the shanty, feeling lucky in the walls of Gourley. Cry for more, raise the fist, ride forevermore, yeah! And we'll riot to the shanty, feeling lucky in the walls of Gourley. Cry for more, raise the fist, ride forevermore. And we'll ride forevermore. And we'll ride forevermore.
The Gourley Shanty Riot.
That's a history lesson to boot.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I've been living in Windsor Junction for 20 years, and he told me the story. It's like,
It just happened up the road. All right.
I know I
I
should.
love this song.
to me. A big sharp axe, shining steel, tempered in the fire. I'll cut you down.
I'll cut you down.
Like an old dead tree.
Dirty old town. Dirty old town.
I
Happy St. Patrick's Day week, everybody!
Thank you, my old Biddies and the letter.
All right, folks.
Thanks for tuning in, folks.